Let's talk about our first guy here. Being drafted pretty high here, man. This is a guy, everybody knows this guy. It's the Yeti. It's King Henry, Derrick Henry. Now with the Ratbirds. I like how you put that in your notes, man. Derrick Henry, illustrious career with the Tennessee Titans, now with the Baltimore Ravens. God damn it. As a Browns fan, that's so
Disgusting.
annoying. Lay it out for us, man. How are we looking with King Henry?
John, King Henry the Ninth here is going to be dominant for the Ratbirds. I mean, this is a match made in heaven. It really is. John, he signed a 2-year, $16 million deal, $9 million guaranteed. It's not a small deal for that of a running back at his age. And here's the thing, John, I know you have been calling it for a couple of years now. He's gonna fall off a cliff. He's gonna fall off a cliff. John, this is not gonna be the year he falls off the cliff either. And I'm telling you, dude, last year he ended up having over 1,100 yards rushing, right? On a Titans team that was pretty bad. Actually, it was a 1,167 yards rushing, 12 rushing touchdowns, still in the double-digit figures in rushing touchdowns. He also had 28 receptions, over 200 yards receiving. The dude can still do it all. King Henry is still king. Now, John, when you look at the situation where he's coming from the Titans to where he was literally the team for years. We know this. Ryan Tannehill was their quarterback. Tannehill could only do so much, and then it was literally hand off the ball to King Henry and pray to God his stiff arm rocks some people. You take what he did at Tennessee, you now bring that over to the Ravens with no Gus Edwards, with no J.K. Dobbins, with nobody really behind him outside of that of Keaton Mitchell, who also has gotten hurt, right? Tore his ACL and had some serious issues last year. John, this is King Henry's domain. You now partner him with Lamar Jackson. So, and then on top of that, Lamar Jackson has the different receiving weapons like that of Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, Mark Andrews, right? And this is becoming a situation to where he's going to be a problem. He's going to be a problem for defenses. He's going to be a problem for opposing fantasy teams. I absolutely love King Henry in that disgusting purple and black uniform this year, man.
I know. As Browns fans, we deal with the Ravens and the Steelers every year, and they're just such good organizations. They just make good decisions. It pisses me off. So we're going to see him twice a year, Derrick Henry, running right down our fucking throats again. All right, let's look at it from a fantasy perspective here. You're right. I've been calling for the end of Derrick Henry. It feels like 5 years I've been saying this, but realistically, it's probably been 2 or 3. Yeah. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't think this is the year. I think it's going to be status quo for Derrick Henry. Let's take a look at this. All right. So last year he ended up finishing as the RB7. Very strong year, top 10 running back at his age. Now he's being drafted as the running back 11, 34 ADP. So just second, third round there, All right. So you're trying to tell me that he's on a better team that's going to have more scoring opportunities with the mobile quarterback of mobile quarterbacks in Lamar Jackson, and you're telling me he's going to regress and he's going to do less than what he did last year? No Tajay Spears breathing down his neck like he had. I'm sorry. I think Derrick Henry is a great, safe pick, and I just love drafting stud receiver, anchor my team with Derrick Henry. I love that strategy. If you can pull that off, you might have to take him as your RB1. You might be end of second round or early third round, but my God, it just doesn't seem like you can miss here. Am I missing something?
No, John, I don't think you're missing anything. Here's the other key point that I haven't really heard many people talk about. The defense. John, the Titans were behind so often, and Derrick Henry still was able to do what he did. And for those that had him last year, like myself, it was kind of painful because a lot of times he would be scripted out of games because they would need Tajay Spears because they were so far behind. So now they're throwing the ball and all this other stuff. And outside of a couple screens here and there, Derrick Henry is not out running routes, right? He just isn't. He's not that guy. And so now you're telling me, to your point, everything you said is perfect. And then you layer on a top 3-4 defense to where now they're stopping opponents, which he's never seen or had. And now he can just absolutely demolish these and really run down these tired defenses that he's playing against. Dude, I'm telling you, man, This guy is for real on this team. And honestly, it's scary. John, I wouldn't be shocked, man, if we don't see him back as an RB7 or an RB8 and you're getting him at the value of 34 ADP at running back 11. So I'm a Derrick Henry fan this year, man.
What a scary prospect, seeing
Scary.
Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson in the backfield.
Oh, God.
What do you do? What do you do? You know, Jesus, man. Yeah. So I love taking Derrick Henry. I'm sorry. I normally don't say that, but I think the risk is baked into the price. You're not having to draft him in the first round like you've had to do in previous years. And I think he's going to overperform what he's done in the past. I really do.
John, one quick question for you. Last episode, we talked about Josh Jacobs, right? Josh Jacobs, really sexy. We ended up saying that he was what, John? He was 10th, currently 10th running back, and he was 28th in ADP. You're going to be looking at Josh Jacobs or that of Derrick Henry potentially. Let's just say the back half of the second, early third. Question for you, my friend. Who do you decide to pick between these two guys?
I'm going with Derrick Henry over Josh Jacobs, and it's not even close for me, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, I just think it's much safer. It is a better offense. It's a better offensive line. And this is better than what he's dealt with in the past. It's a better defense, just like you said. They're not going to be coming back from behind in very many games, if any at all. They're going to be running down a lead, and they're going to have Derrick Henry in there just shoved it down their fucking throats, man. Yeah, no, I'm taking Derrick Henry. I feel so much safer anchoring him as my RB1 when I've got some other good receivers than I do with Josh Jacobs. No question about it.
Love it.